Oh, hey guys, I'm back. Of course, we know what a dick Robert De Niro is with that little stunt he pulled a few weeks back. Donald Trump outside the courtroom. I just saw a video earlier of Ben Stiller. They were both in the same movie together. Meet the Parents. They were both in that movie together too. And I heard him saying just the most ignorant things you can imagine. And at one point he said, what was it that he said? That every white Jewish man wishes he was black. What the hell does that mean? Seriously, man. These celebrities are like, in my opinion, pieces of shit. That's why when I watch movies, I'm supporting the writer and the story. I don't care who's playing the parts, really. Only watching De Niro movies anyway. I never really liked him anyway. It takes an asshole to play one. And now I don't know if anybody knows who Tulsi Gabbard is. She was a Democrat running for president, I believe, in 2020 or whatever. After seeing all the ignorance on the Democratic side of our government, with this wokeism and all this, and destroying our country, just tearing apart our Constitution, tearing apart our energy independence. They don't want us to be an independent country anymore. Why? I don't know. They're destroying this country. Tulsi Gabbard didn't like their idea. She switched to Republican. Now they put her on a terrorist watch list. I think she was like the governor of Hawaii or senator from Hawaii with good American ideas, very similar to Donald Trump's ideas. And they put her on a terrorist watch list. In the meantime, Kamala Harris invites terrorists into this country. The Biden administration invites terrorists into this country, leaves our weapons on the other side of the world for terrorist groups to use. I don't know how many billions of dollars in weapons we just left over there in Afghanistan. Good idea, right? Give your weapons to a country who hates you. And she allowed terrorism in our streets in the summer of 2020 in defense of a criminal. About all this defund the police, she used taxpayers' money to bail criminals out of jail to go literally burn, loot, and murder in the streets, set police stations on fire, physically harm innocent people. That's terrorism. Looting, burning. That's terrorism. What's going on in the streets now on college campuses is terrorism. Burning the American flag while replacing it with another country's flag. I don't care what other country it is. You be American, you should respect this country. I always thought about some of these athletes that go around the world to represent us and won't take a knee or whatever and salute. Well, then, if you don't, maybe you shouldn't be on the Olympic team if you don't respect this country that you're representing. We want people who love this country to represent this country. And of course, Kamala Harris has picked her VP, this guy from, what's his name, Tim Walz, Tampon Tim they call him. This is the idiot that wanted to put tampons in the boys' bathrooms. The boys and the girls should all be offended by that. What, is there one weird kid with a mental illness that thinks he wants to have a period? Talking about tampons in the boys' room? Boys don't have periods. Why? Because they don't have uteruses. This is the shit that they're putting down these kids' throats. Wanting to change their gender. Who ever heard of this? Back when I was in school, the sex education was like teaching you where babies come from and how not to catch a disease. Now sex education is how to become the opposite sex. It's like about tucking and binding, they call it. And feeding our kids puberty blockers. Their bodies and their minds will never be the same because of this. Why can't they decide if they're a boy or a girl? I mean, your pronouns are right between your legs at birth, unless you've had them changed. There's two genders. You can be queer, you can be gay, whatever. But if you're a male, be a male. If you're a female, be a female. If they added three more letters to this LGBTQ shit, if they just add a F, an M, and an H, male, female, and heterosexual, then the rest of the letters would mean nothing. It's almost like they're trying to make it illegal to be heterosexual in this country. Have you ever seen 1984? I think the original movie was in 56, I believe, and they remade it again in 85, I think, 84. They actually arrested a man and a woman for being together. What, do they want the whole world to be gay? It's not illegal to be gay, so why take heterosexual rights away? I mean, it's just, I can't believe people aren't sick of this yet. You need to wake up, And, so who should be on that terrorist list? Even Kamala Harris's choice for VP. His wife, who I think is kind of mentally ill, and I heard her saying how during the summer of 2020, during the riots, that she actually wanted to open up the windows of the house so that she could smell the city burn. What is wrong with everybody? Don't we want law and order in this country? Not only international safety, but national safety. National safety. They're trying to take away your guns. They don't want you to be able to defend yourself. They don't even want America to be able to defend itself. Or Israel. They have a problem with self-defense in this country. They want to take away your guns so you can't protect yourself from the criminals that they allowed to keep their guns. When you go see a regular, like a family guy or whatever, or law-abiding citizen to buy a gun, they're buying a gun to protect themselves from the criminals, and they have that right under the Second Amendment of our Constitution. They're trying to take that away. They're trying to take your amendment rights away. Our Constitution and our amendments, those are the rules of being American. Freedom of speech. They're trying to take away your freedom of speech. They're not even going to like what I'm telling you right now. Because I'm telling good things about this country and the Constitution. The Democrats hate this country. Mark Levin actually wrote a book called Democrats Hate America. And he's right if you think about their policies. They're destroying this country. They're destroying our culture, our society, our country, and everything it stands for. All for this woke shit. And this DEI, and we're not headed in a good direction, and I think it's a lot that people don't know what's going on or seem to care. I'm guilty of not paying attention to it in the past, but over the last 4 years, if you can't see it, they're putting politics into every aspect of our lives. Through everything, through employment, through our medical system, adding DEI to our medical system, to our military. Does that sound like a good idea? People in the military, do you think that they care what color the skin is of the guy next to him with the same uniform, we're the same country? Or if he's gay or not? These guys are about to get their fucking heads blown off. Do you think they care who's gay? No. They care who loves this country enough to risk their life for it. That's a soldier. But now they got our men in our Navy trying on dresses. Why don't they make those dresses in camouflage? That's what they're worried about. And they're doing this to your children too. I already explained the puberty blockers and everything else without parental consent. I kind of blame the parents in a way. And what, if your son comes home with no penis one day, don't you wonder what happened in school that day? I mean, some of the parents need to pay attention too. I know they're locked in careers or whatever, but this is dangerous. This is causing children to make life decisions that will affect the rest of their lives. And I've seen a lot of reports of people who have trans and regretted it and trans back, and their lives will still never be the same. It's going to ruin their sex life forever. It's going to ruin everything. But that's what they're doing. I'm going to go for right now. Everybody, please vote wisely, because a lot of that stuff that it's CNN and MSNBC tells you is a bunch of shit. Okay? They're not reporters. They're not journalists on those news stations. Fox has some real journalists and reporters. Because it's funny, because whenever somebody comes on to CNN or MSNBC who happens to be a Republican, whoever's on the show, who invited them on the show, as soon as they start saying anything good about this country or the Constitution or anything like that, they get yelled at. This CNN host will actually start screaming and yelling over them. What do they have to hide? They keep going after Donald Trump for election interference. Well, they won. Why should they care? If anything, I think they interfered with an election. They keep going after him for it. They won. What do they care? Move on. What have they done for this country so far? Anybody ever listen to Donald Trump speak? Or do you just take a little sentence or two that CNN or MSNBC will put out there? It's a lot easier to leave something out of a speech than there is to add something in. So maybe before you vote in November, think about who you're really voting for. I know Kamala Harris changed some of her policies that have destroyed our country, but she's just doing that for votes. Donald Trump had these policies the whole time. And most of the policies that they tell you were bad were lies to begin with, I found out. And I do my research. I wouldn't waste every Saturday night doing this if I didn't know what I was talking about. So I'm going to go for now. Thanks for listening if you did. And please share this. This is America. It's my First Amendment right to do this. And it's your First Amendment right to share this. Good night, everybody. And vote wisely. Thank you.